Good afternoon, everybody. So I don't think there's going to be anybody out today. It's been raining since midday yesterday. Today's Monday. Yesterday was Sunday. But it's been raining since midday yesterday. I'm not complaining. I mean, the garden needs it, you know? And it's better than 90-degree weather. It's actually raining right now, but we're just going to hope the camera survives. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So I don't really have anything in particular to talk about. This was kind of impromptu. I was sitting there and I was like, I could feel myself getting fatter. So like, I'm taking a walk. And I mean, in all reality, I went to that event on Saturday, and I walked around a good bit, and I even kicked the hacky sack around a little bit, and I walked to the farmer's market on Friday. So, I mean, it's not like I've really been just sitting around, but I don't know, my brain registers it better when I take a video, if that makes sense. Like, those 2 times, the event in town, and me go to the farmer's market were more like chores than what I'm doing now. So yeah. I had to wash laundry. My aunt got me like 6 pairs of jeans and a couple t-shirts, which was super nice because you haven't noticed I've been complaining about my lack of clothes. Unfortunately, jeans were like the last thing I needed. Like, t-shirts I kind of needed, but I mean, I could have got those anywhere for anything. I needed some more shorts because I have paint stains on one and tree sap on the posterior of the other ones, and it will not wash out. And I'm afraid if I use something like paint thinner or turpentine or something, I think it will work. I just don't know how the fibers would hold up. And then my only 2 pairs of cargo shorts got destroyed. So, you know, what I really needed was probably shorts. I restocked on boxers. I restocked on socks. I got a handful of shirts. I just got a few more. The jeans are okay, but I don't really like wearing jeans. Like, most of the time I'd rather wear sweatpants or shorts or cargo pants. But like I told them, you know, all else fails, they're backups, and if all else fails, I can wear them when I'm shoveling snow or cutting grass or something. So it's not a waste. It's just excuse me. It's not a waste. Excuse me. It's not a waste. The jeans weren't a waste, but they were probably the last thing I would have wanted. The shirts are real nice. You could tell they're old, like she got them secondhand somewhere, but like that's kind of all right with me because they're like ridiculously soft. And that's like what I aim for, you know. I would take an old shirt over a new shirt any day because I don't have to wear it in. It's already worn. So it's kind of cool. That's why I kept a lot of my Capsule shirts. He was a bit of a bigger guy than me, but his shirts were like he'd wear them till they're almost falling apart. And by that point, they are so bloody soft that it's like, you know, it's like wearing, like, I don't even know. I like these kind of shirts, but in most cases, they're rather expensive. So I don't get a lot of them. And I prefer darker colors for a magnitude of reasons. It seems like brighter colors, one, I stand out like way too much. And two, like, I feel like they draw bugs. Like, I feel like bugs prefer to attack brighter colors. It would be different. This humidity, I think, is getting to my sinuses. Yeah. I don't know what I was saying. I forget. Rock slide. I would assume. I would try to move that. But I'm pretty sure that's a bit out of my range. It's probably about 300 pounds. Nah, 200. But still, it's a bit much to try to get through a fence by yourself. And maybe it'll keep the thugs in training from riding their motorbikes up here. It's not really in the way anyway, but I usually help out on the trails because I walk them so much, but like, they have machinery for that kind of stuff. That's like, that rock probably weighs as much as I do. Or who knows? I keep getting fatter at this rate. Yeah, it's whatever, you know. Like, I can still get up and move around. The problem what bothers me is when I get into those funks where I'm like, what's the point? Like, why do I even care? Like, why am I even doing this? Like, why do I want to get up and walk? Because it's better than sitting in my room? Like, you know, it's like, I guess that's what they call depression. I guess that's what depression is called. Just, you know, starting to hate what you do, even if you used to love it, because of events in your life or society that make you hate yourself more and more. It's whatever. So, Community Day, the event I went to, that was interesting. My park, the park I went to is like, if you took a football field and like made it a perfect square, like cut off the end and added, like, if you took the area of a football field, it's like 120 yards long and 20 yards, 30 yards wide. And if you took those dimensions and just put those dimensions in a square instead, it'd probably still be bigger than the park, but it's pretty small. And they're like, oh, we're gonna fit 75 vendors in this park. And I'm pretty sure dude was off his rocker, because I talked to somebody else, and they're like, oh, we probably could have fit them. And I'm like, yeah, but you wouldn't have had any room for anything else. Nobody would have been able to move. It would have been like Tetris with, you know, people selling stuff. So, but no worries there, because, you know, the very high expectation of 75 was a lot closer to 25, as I predicted. But, and then the problem on top of that was, out of the 25-ish vendors, like, there were two, like, common themes. Like, some, check out the view, lots of trees now. But, there was a lot of people that were selling, like, those coffee mugs where you could print out the picture and stick it to them. There were some cool ones. I seen one, like, murdery horror one that was, like, glow in the dark with, like, bloody handprints. But I can't remember the last time I used a thermos. So, or something like that. I just don't, it would sit there forever. What would be the point? And I think they were rather pricey. Now, there was other people that were selling these weird little jewelry things that you could buy. It's like super cheaply made. And it's rather cheaply priced too. I mean, it's probably more expensive than it's worth. But that's my opinion. And some of it is very beautiful. Some of it's very pretty. But do I strike you as the type of guy that wears jewelry? Like, besides my earring, I don't really wear jewelry, so. But there was a lot of those people there. And then there was people that were selling these here weird little button snap things that go on shoes and stuff. And it was just weird little gimmicky stuff. And it was a lot of the same stuff. Stuff I went for. There was an older lady. You can't really call her old. She's probably not more than 10 years older than me. Old compared to me. But she sells Amish goods, like Amish. Well, it's not like Amish goods. It's like she claims to be Amish. Like, she claims that her goods are Amishy or something, and she had an Amishy store in the mall. But they sell, like, cheeses, like pepper cheeses and pepperoni cheeses, and really good pickled eggs. And I kept telling her that I was going to buy one, but I never did. And she was like, she told me that she was coming up to my town for the community day, and I was like, I will buy one. So I went and bought one of those, and I'm glad I did. One of the big reasons I don't buy stuff like that when I'm out is because I'm always carrying weird crap in my backpack, and it's a glass jar. So with her coming to my town, it was just like, you know, I couldn't say no. And there was somebody that did like a travel pizza thing. Apparently they have a pizza place around here. They have a travel pizza thing. I bought one of their pizzas. The pizza ovens they used, it burnt the edges of the pizza, and you got one bite of the charcoal, it ruined the whole taste. But, with that being said, how I described it was, you know, I wasn't jumping for joy. It wasn't like the best pizza I ever eaten, or there's nothing astounding about it. But it was reasonably priced, and it was reasonably tastefulness. Tastefulness. Tires, they're new. I swear this is where I shot the last video, I think. Those weren't here before. There's more of them. You know what that means. Somebody dumped more crap up there. I'd be willing to bet. And, I might have to check that out sometime. Maybe there'd be more televisions and stuff I can rip apart. There's a big rock, too, it looks like. But, anyways. So I got a pizza. It was $6 for a cheese pizza. It was your basic 7-inch pie. Of course, I shared with her, because that's just, you know, I walked back to the house to eat. And, yeah, well, yeah, nice guys finish last, right? Or something like that. So, I offered her a slice of pizza. You know, offered her one of the eggs. Whatever. Whatever. But, oh, that rock came from right there. So somebody did this. Somebody moved those tires, and somebody moved this rock. And by the size of the rock, two people moved this rock. So, people were down here doing something, besides me. And I bought if I didn't already say, which I know I probably said, I have 2 nephews and a niece. Well, they didn't have anything nephew-worthy, but, I found a Minecraft pig balloon that you could blow up and put on a stick for $1, and I figured my niece would love that. My nephews are more like Fortnite and Pokemon. My niece, she wouldn't really care. She's gonna love that it's pink and on a stick. So, I grabbed one of those for her. So, overall, I spent the whole day out, talked to some people that I used to talk to, which could be good or bad, I don't really know. Like I said, it's one of those things, double-edged sword. You know, you're less likely to get stabbed in the back the less friends you have. Or something like that. Sorry, I don't know. It's got to be the humidity making me cough more. So I wasn't coughing at all when I was in the house. But, anyways, so I spent $12 for pretty much an entire day of doing stuff, and I'm not upset about it. Like, could I live the rest of my life without that pizza? Yeah, but I'm not too upset about it. That was about half of my landscaping job money, but I'm still yet to have completed because, dude, now, I'm waiting for him to, like, snap or something, because he paid up front, right? But he said he wanted to be there, and every time we set up a plan, I show up, he's not there, or he's getting ready to leave. So I'm not sure what's going on there. So I plan to go as soon as the weather dries up again, and see if he wants to get this done or what. But I don't know. Like, one thing is, yeah, I live right down the street, he paid up front. But another thing is, it's getting a little bit annoying. Like, it's either you wanted me to do a job or you don't want me to do a job. You know, I don't really care. Sorry, you know, in this particular instance, there's no refunds. One, I needed the money, and two, I was at the scheduled appointment 3 or 4 times. So, you know, that's tough luck, pal. I'll try again, maybe again, but eventually I'm going to get really freaking annoyed and tell you that you're just going to have to do it yourself or find somebody else, because when I make an appointment, I try to be a man of my word, and if I can reach that standard, so could he. At least should be able to. So that's that. What else is there? I talked to an old fishing pal. He's still as weird as ever. I'm still not sure what his deal is. He said about going fishing. I was like, I didn't even get my license. Like, you know, last year I got my license and went like 3 times. And, you know, it's not even really worth it now. With this here, with all my restrictions and BS, it's not like I can go out overnight or, you know, actually fish fun or stay and do like a catch and cook or camp overnight somewhere or anything like that. So, I mean, what's the point? Yeah, it's just going out a day fishing, that's nice and all, but having a curfew, that's BS. I'm a full-grown man. I don't deserve that garbage. But I am obviously not in control of my life, so there's that. Any future plans? Not really. Future plans are pretty much do what I can with what I got for as long as I can, until I can't anymore. That's the motto. Do what I can for as long as I can with what I got until I can't no more. The pizza guy that was down at the park, I'm not sure how old his daughter was, but she was like fine. She was like, well, herein lies the problem, right? It's the way society is. You can't tell if somebody's 14 or 25, and now it's even getting hard to tell if they're a man or a woman. So it's like I don't know. Anything I say here could be used against me someday. Well, I don't care. I don't care if she was 15 or 25. The point of the story is, don't let your daughter dress like that if you don't want guys checking her out. So that's the moral of the story, parents. Plus, she could have easily been 20. Obviously, I didn't talk to her. Between the possible jailbait scenario and the way my life is, and the I never grew out of my pretty girl shy phase. Got better at it. Never grew out of it. So, not that would really matter. I wouldn't, the way I see it, well, like I said, broken record here, but I don't want to drag anybody into this metaphorical hell that has become my life. I'm no good for anybody the way I am. So, or the way, not me. I gotta stop doing that. Because I can blame myself for a percentage, but what happened was far outside of my realm of possibility, far outside of what I could or could not have done. So yeah, I can blame myself for a percentage of my life being wrecked, but whatever happened was higher powers at work, so to speak, So, and I try not to, I try to keep my emotions in check so I don't drag anybody else into it. Plus, I mean, the way I look at it is, you know, even if something was gonna happen, like, that's like a one-night thing, you know, it's not gonna turn into anything, and I really ain't a big fan of one-night things. Not to say I never did it, but not a big fan. I don't know if I always talk about how I'm going to do a relationship video sometime. Probably never actually do it, but my outlook on relationships is always like, one guy, one girl. You get together, you give it your all to make it work. You keep it in your head that you want this to happen, but you also keep it in your head that nothing's forever. But you put your all into the time you're given to try to facilitate a relationship. But that's just how I look at things. Apparently I'm wrong, but that's alright. I'm completely fine with being wrong on that. I am very set in my ways, like an old person. Alright. I've had... How long is this video? 21 minutes. Alright, I'm gonna wrap this up. Okay. So I had an instance or two where I was associated with more than one person at a time, and I didn't like it. It wasn't my thing. It's not, like, it just wasn't my thing. So, spiderwebs, man. I walked through here and didn't hit a single spiderweb. Well, I hit one. But then I walked back and there's like 10 more spiderwebs. Like, where'd they come from? Did I get taller? Did the spiders, like, there he is, get him? Like, WTF, man. Like, seriously. Yeah, it's like one dude, one chick, put your whole heart into it, but know for a fact that nothing's forever. And as hard as you try, that there's always a possibility that it will not work. So, and that's kind of like my whole outlook on relationships. If you cheat, you're not worth anything to me. If you're looking for like a one night thing, as I said before, it's not really my thing, but I can't say I've never done it. You know, desperate times call for desperate measures. If you go long enough without something you're used to getting, and then an opportunity presents itself, sometimes it's hard to say no. So yeah, like I said, it's not something I usually seek out, but like many people and animals are opportunistic predators. If you take a starving man and you put a rotisserie chicken in front of him, he's probably going to eat it. So, yeah, there's my words of wisdom for today. Let's do a would you rather before I go. I know hardly anybody watches these videos, but I want to do a would you rather. So, would you rather die on the spot, just straight up dead, no longer exist, or have to live indefinitely with the literal bare minimum? So, like, just what would keep you alive and healthy, nothing more, nothing less. Would you rather? And I mean, like, no other people, like, water down to the milliliter, food down to the calorie, living space accordingly to what a person would need to stay alive, and not, like, you know, literally, like, dying. So you'd be you wouldn't have, like, you wouldn't be starving or living in a cave, but you would have, like, bare minimum. Like, just enough food, just enough water, just a white room with a bed, you know, straight up bare minimum. Would you rather that? Or would you rather be eradicated from the planet? Would you rather? Let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe. Nah, I'm just playing. Don't do that. Well, let me know in the comments and like and subscribe if you want to. But I'm not gonna be those people. I won't be those people. I will not conform. Later on, I would rather be a loser and be me than conform to be popular.